There's a level of self-control that makes people uncomfortable around you. Not impressed, not inspired, uncomfortable. Because when someone sees you show up every single day without motivation, without hype, without excuses, it forces them to confront something they've been avoiding their entire lives. And today, you're going to learn how to reach that level. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that one person who just doesn't break? They don't disappear after 2 weeks. They don't restart on Monday. They don't talk big and then vanish. They wake up at the same time. They do the work. They repeat it over and over again. While everyone else is burned out, distracted, or blaming the system, they're still moving. And people say things like, "Man, that's crazy. That's not normal. You need balance." But what they really mean is, I couldn't live like that. Because consistency at that level exposes weakness, and weakness hates witnesses. There's a reason most people quit silently. They don't want anyone to see them fail. But the people who win, they don't quit quietly. They don't quit at all. Now here's the part nobody tells you. This level of discipline isn't about motivation. It's not about hustle culture, and it's definitely not about willpower. It's about killing the version of you that keeps negotiating. And once that version is gone, there's no going back. But before we get into that, do this real quick. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and in the comments, tell me the one habit you keep failing at. Not because it helps the algorithm, but because saying it out loud changes how your brain treats it. All right, let's begin. Chapter 1. Why you always fall off. Let's talk about you. You start strong every time. New routine, new notebook, new mindset. Day 1, locked in. Day 3, still focused. Day 7, slightly tired but pushing. And then something small happens. You sleep late once. You miss one workout. You skip one session. And suddenly your brain says, "See, you already messed it up. Might as well restart later." That moment right there, that's where 90% of people lose. Not because they're lazy, not because they're stupid, but because they don't understand how their own mind works. Your brain is designed to avoid discomfort and save energy. So every time you try to build a habit, your brain treats it like a threat. That's why it negotiates. "I'll do it tomorrow. I deserve a break. One day won't matter." Those thoughts feel logical. They feel reasonable. But they're not thoughts. They're survival instincts. And here's the dangerous part. Every time you listen to that voice, you reinforce the identity of someone who quits. Not consciously, subconsciously. You don't just skip the habit, you become the type of person who skips. And identity is everything. Chapter 2. The person who never misses. Let me tell you a story. There was a guy, we'll call him Alex. Smart dude, good job, motivated. But he had one problem. He could never stay consistent. Gym, 2 weeks. Reading, a few days. Meditation, gone by Friday. Same cycle every time. Monday, this is it. Wednesday, I'm tired. Friday, I'll reset next week. Alex tried everything. Apps, habit trackers, motivation videos, accountability partners. Nothing worked. Because Alex thought his problem was discipline. It wasn't. His problem was that every commitment he made was reversible. In his mind, nothing was final. Everything had an exit door. And as long as there's an exit door, your brain will use it. One night, Alex realized something uncomfortable. He didn't trust himself. Not deep down. Every promise he made to himself felt fake because history proved it was. And that realization hurt more than failing. So he did something different. He stopped making private promises. And that's when everything changed. Chapter 3. Public pressure is a weapon. Here's something most people don't understand. Your brain is social before it's logical. Thousands of years ago, losing status meant losing safety. Getting rejected meant death. Your brain still runs on that software. So when you keep goals private, failure is cheap. Nobody sees it. Nobody knows. But when you make something public, failure becomes painful. Alex didn't say, "I'll try." He said, "I wake up at 5:30 a.m. I train every day, no exceptions, for 90 days. He wrote it down. He posted it. He told people. His friends laughed. His coworkers joked. His girlfriend said he was being dramatic. Perfect. Because now quitting wasn't just uncomfortable, it was embarrassing. Day 3 hit. Alarm went off. His brain started screaming, "You're tired. This is stupid. You can skip once." But another thought showed up. How are you going to explain this? That thought was heavier than the tiredness. And that's the moment most people never reach, when quitting hurts more than continuing. Chapter 4. Why time more than motivation. Here's another truth that changes everything. Most people waste insane amounts of energy deciding when to do something. Morning or night, before work or after work, now or later. That decision drains your mental battery before you even start. So Alex eliminated the decision completely. Same time, every day. No debate. Not because it was optimal, but because it was final. When something is fixed, your brain stops arguing. It can't negotiate with a constant. And after about 2 weeks, something strange happened. His body started waking up before the alarm. Not motivated, not excited, prepared. Because repetition trains the nervous system. Consistency doesn't feel good at first. It feels automatic later. But Alex ran into another problem, and this one destroys most people. Variety is the enemy. Most people think variety keeps things interesting. It doesn't. It creates decision points, and decision points are where discipline dies. Alex was consistent with time, but inconsistent with actions. Some days weights, some days cardio, some days active rest. His brain found a new loophole, so he locked it down completely. Same workout, same order, same duration. Boring? Yes. Effective? Terrifyingly. Because boredom removes emotion, and emotion is what ruins consistency. By week 4, something broke. Not his body, his resistance. The voice got quieter. The habit started running itself. And that's when he understood something most people never will. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself forever. It's about repeating something until force is no longer needed.
Most people don't quit when things get hard. They quit when things get quiet. When there's no hype, no comments, no instant results, no one clapping. That silence messes with your head. Because effort without feedback feels pointless. And your brain hates pointless effort. So you start asking dangerous questions. Is this even working? Shouldn't I be further by now? Maybe I'm doing something wrong. That's not logic. That's doubt trying to protect your comfort. Because comfort doesn't need proof. Progress does. And most people would rather feel safe than be right. The real enemy isn't failure. It's the gap. That tiny pause between actions. The missed day. The I'll do it tomorrow. Gaps don't look like quitting. They look reasonable. You still tell yourself you're committed. You still think of yourself as disciplined. But identity doesn't care what you think. It cares what you do repeatedly. One gap turns into two. Two turns into a pattern. And suddenly, restarting feels heavier than stopping ever did. That's how momentum dies. Not with drama, not with collapse, with silence. And here's what most people don't understand. Your brain does not measure effort. It measures consistency. You can go all out one day and do nothing the next, and your brain learns nothing. But you can do something small every single day, and your brain rewires itself around that behavior. That's why perfection is a trap. Perfection sounds strong, but it's fragile as hell. Perfection says, if I can't do it properly, I won't do it at all. Life never allows properly. You get tired. You get distracted. You get overwhelmed. And the moment perfection breaks, everything collapses. Consistency doesn't need perfect conditions. It adapts. On bad days, consistency doesn't ask for intensity. It asks for presence. One push-up, one paragraph, 1 minute. Not because it matters physically, but because it matters mentally. You're not training muscles. You're training identity. You're telling your brain, I'm still this person. That message keeps habits alive when motivation dies. And motivation always dies. People love talking about motivation like it's fuel. It's not. It's a spark. And sparks burn out fast. Discipline doesn't feel powerful. It feels boring. It feels repetitive. It feels like nothing is happening. That's why it works. Boring routines compound. Emotional highs crash. The strongest people you know aren't intense. They're predictable. They don't negotiate with themselves. They don't wait for the right mood. They've already decided. And once a decision is made enough times, it stops feeling like effort. It becomes default. This is where things get uncomfortable. Because once you start being consistent, people notice. Not always directly, but you feel it. The jokes, the side comments, the don't overdo it advice. It sounds supportive, but it's not really about you. Your consistency forces people to confront their own excuses. And instead of changing themselves, they try to slow you down. They invite you out on your routine days. They tell you missing one day won't matter. They're not evil. They're just protecting their comfort. Because if you can change, then their reasons stop working. This is where most people fold. Not because the habit is hard, but because being different is lonely. There's a phase where motivation is gone, Results are slow, and nobody is cheering. That's the most important phase, because that's where identity shifts. Your brain resists this shift. It brings back old cravings, old habits, old comforts. Not because you need them, but because they're familiar. Familiar feels safe, even when it's destroying you. This is where most people think they're burned out. They're not. They're shedding an old version of themselves. And that version doesn't die quietly. It whispers. It was easier before. You were happier before. You don't need to push this hard. That voice isn't wisdom. It's fear. Fear of becoming someone you can't undo. Because once you cross a certain line, there's no going back to pretending. At some point, something clicks. You stop asking if you'll do the work. The question disappears. You don't wake up debating anymore. You just do it. Not because you're motivated. Not because you're excited. But because that's who you are now. That's the point of no return. Discipline stops being an action. It becomes identity. And when that happens, life changes quietly. No fireworks. No dramatic moment. Just results stacking faster than excuses can keep up. So if this video made you uncomfortable, good. That means it's touching something real. Do this right now. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and in the comments, write this: I don't negotiate with myself anymore. Even if you don't fully believe it yet. Because identity starts with language, and language becomes behavior. That's it.